Hi, in this video we are going to go through the HTML fundamentals, which are really important, and I thought that these fundamentals need to discuss so that you could get the concept clear about HTML, each and everything inside of it. So this video may be the semi-final video, that is called as second last video, whatever you call. So here are a few fundamentals that you will learn in this video. So before proceeding further, I would recommend you that the previous video lectures, you have to watch all those videos, because all the important things and practically I implemented, and definitely you will get the fruitful result out of all of those videos. So let's start for now. So first thing that I am going to show you is HTML element syntax, right? So if you will see the output screen, I have HTML element syntax. So here is a image which is showing us HTML syntax. So here is the P tag, P element. So what is this? Start tag. Start tag means open angular bracket, and here we have mentioned the name of element, P, paragraph. And here is end tag. End tag means open angular bracket forward slash and then name of the element and bracket close. So what is the difference between open start tag and end tag? The only difference is we have the forward slash before the element which we are representing, right? Then after we have class equal to foo. Here class means attribute, and mostly this is in red color, right? Or maybe colorful whenever you will mention. So this is attribute, and this is the value of that attribute. For example, you may have seen in input element we were using type attribute, name attribute, value attribute. So at that time we were also representing equal to sign and double quotes. Inside of that we were using some value, right? So this is value, and this is the content that we are writing here, right? Between these two, open tag and close tag, end tag and start tag and end tag. You can also say that open tag and close tag, right? So this was the HTML element syntax, right? So you got the concept right now. So the next thing is Nbsp. So what does it mean? Actually, in most of the cases we needed some space between some text. So HTML actually, or maybe our browser don't support us multiple spaces. It only gives us a single space. For example, we have a paragraph open and paragraph close, and we are writing something inside, right? So if you will see the output screen, you will find out this is writing something inside. For example, I have needed space between some and thing, and I have given the space, and now if you will see the output, you will find out that this is space created between some and thing. And if you will create double space, you are just giving the space, and you will see the output screen. This has no effect, means it is not accepting multiple space. So at that time we have the option of ampersand Nbsp, non-breakable space, Nbsp. Again one more, so that one more space, so that you could able to differentiate Nbsp, and again one more ampersand Nbsp. And now if you will see the output screen, you can find out the difference. Here is 3 spaces, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5 spaces are here. So how these are how you could able to get? By using ampersand Nbsp. But one thing you have to keep in mind is you have to give the you have to give some, for example, okay, that's it. I was actually trying to say that you have to give the space between these two, but doesn't matter. If you will not give, this will also work, right? So this was about Nbsp, which is providing the facility of adding space into our text whenever we need it, right? So the next thing that we are going to discuss here is, I think you got the concept now, right? Next thing is image, alter attribute and link. So let me show you by the example. Actually what I am trying to say is, for example, I have an image tag img open, and sorry, it has no need of close tag, img src equal to, I have an image on desktop apple.png. If you will see the output screen, you will find out this image. This is the image, but I have to give the width and height to it so that it would, for example, 100 pixel, and height is also 100 pixel. So now if you will see the output screen, you will find out this. So this is image, but what I want to say to you is, for example, this image name was wrong. So at that time what you will get? You will get this particular block, right? But what you have, actually the rule is that while when you have the wrong image name or wrong path or maybe something else, then at that time something should be shown here. So for that we have an attribute called as alt, alt, that is called as alternate. Alternate means instead of image, if image is not showing, then this text would be shown. So here I am writing image. So if you will see, then you will get this image text. So this is looking good, right? So this attribute is really important if you are using image tag. Why? Because you have seen right now the reason, right? Next thing is, I think you got the concept of alter tag, alter attribute. Next is link. Link means image can also become a link. So how? For example, we have an anchor tag, open an anchor tag, close, and as you know we have href attribute, and inside of it I have hash. Hash means nothing, means this is just creating the link, but this will not redirect to anywhere. And here we have name, you can write simple, right? And what you will do is, sorry, there is no need of name right now, so here you will write click. So if you will see on the output screen, you will find out click. So this is a link. So before that you have seen that only text is going to become a link, but right now I am showing you that instead of this text you can also put image as a link. So I will cut this, and instead of click I will write here the image tag. So now if you will see, and I am just giving the actual name apple.png, and now if you will see the output, you will find out this image tag, image, and you are also looking the hand means this is link. So now the image become the link. So right now we got the concept that image can be a link and text can also be a link, right? So that was the concept. So the next thing is upload. So whenever we have to upload something, when we have to upload something, so at that time what we do is, we have input tag, open, sorry, this is only the open tag. So here we mention the type equal to file. If we have to upload something, then we have to mention name, mention type equal to file. So here I am mentioning the name. So now if you will see the output screen, you will find the difference. Yes, choose file. So you may have seen in certain forms something like this. So this is called as how this has been happened. This become because of file attribute value, right? So you can choose here some image and then open, and now you have apple.png. So actually the actual reason of showing you this particular element was that maybe somewhere you would see in the form that this is choose file and how this has been created. So this has been created because of mentioning type equal to file. So this was the reason. For example, you are mentioning type equal to text, then you will see the text box, right? But if you are mentioning type equal to file, then this would become a this would be an option for you to upload the image, right? So one more thing, for example, you have mentioned the date, then you will have a date picker right now. This is the date you are deciding, and if you have the mention the color, so you will have the color picker here. This is, and now this is the color picker. So in this way you can play with the different type values in input element, right? So the next thing is image formats png. So actually there are different image formats like png, jpeg, jpg, gif. So gif is particularly for animation, and png is the transparent image. Background always remain transparent. Those images which are .png, they always remain transparent from behind. For example, I have an example of image. So here is the example. Here is apple.png, right? So the background of this particular image is transparent. Why? Because this is .png, right? So those images which have, if you have needed any transparent background image, then you have to download .png image, right? So that was actually I was thinking that I have to share this particular concept to others. So because of that I am mentioned here. Next is case insensitive. Case insensitive means for example, you are writing input, so you can also write input in this way in capital letter, and if you have type you can also write type. So this has not any difference, means in HTML everything is case insensitive. Case insensitive means in small case and uppercase, lowercase and uppercase, both are same, both are accepted. For example, you have body and I have in capital letter, and I have this in the small letter. You can also, for example, D is small and everything is capital, so this would also be accepted. So HTML tags and values are always case insensitive, right? So this was the reason. Next is span tag. So for say example, span tag means if you have needed something in between a text. For example, I have a p tag open and p tag close, hello, this is something, right? So in between, if you have needed an icon, right? So you can mention span tag, and inside that span tag open and span tag close, and even maybe some text is some text, for example this is any text, right? So you want to make this particular text red. Other than that should be black, but this should be red. So at that time you would have the option. I am just making it from here. So for example, you have this is right, and you want to make it red, so you can also do red. So now you can look that this is actually this text become red in color, right? So how this has been happened, and even you can also change the background color. For example, background is yellow, and maybe you have needed font size 30 pixel. So in this way you can make changes wherever you have needed, right? So how this is possible? This is possible because of span tag. So in between any text, if you have needed some properties to add, then at that time span tag will definitely help you out, right? So that was the only thing that I have to discuss with you about span tag. Next is entities. Entities means, for example, we have a p tag, and I want to mention here that 4 is greater than 3, right? So if you will see on the output screen, you will find out 4 is greater than 3. But if you want to mention in symbol, then how it is possible? Means 4 greater than 3. If you will see on the output screen, oh sorry, this has been implemented now. But if you want to write here, for example, 3 and 4 here, and 3 is less than 4, right? Sorry, the concept was that if you are using ampersand, or maybe for example I was writing 4 is greater than 6, 4 is greater than 3. So here the problem is that in some cases, not in some cases, every time the browser consider this bracket as a close tag bracket, means something like this, right? This close tag bracket. So browser actually intermix these two tags, right? This browser will consider this as close tag, and maybe this as greater than. This will not, it will not consider greater than. It will always consider as a closing tag of closing bracket of some tag, right? So in order to make it logical, for example, you have needed actual greater than, so that would be ampersand. For example, right now you will see on the output screen, so here is 4 and 3. So if you will write ampersand LT, then LT or GT, then you will find out greater than. So now this greater than is actual greater than. Actual greater than means comparison operator, right? But before that, whichever greater than was there, means this was there, so this was a closing tag bracket, not a greater than sign. So similarly, all those symbols which have two meanings, means which are two meanings, you can say, for example, we are also writing /. So at that time, these are the few example of all those symbols. So for example, these are the symbols that we mostly use. So these have the conflict between the actual meaning of actual logical meaning and the HTML symbol meaning, right? So in order to differentiate, we have the entity name. So if we will use this name, then it would become logical, and if we are directly using this, it means that this is for HTML only, right? So we can also use HTML entity number. If you will use this instead of this, this will also work, right? This whole thing also work, but don't forget to write here semicolon. Semicolon is necessary wherever you have needed to implement such type of things, right? So for example, you want to write copy this C copyright symbol, then you can use %COPY. For example, you have needed copyright sign, then %CPY COPY, sorry, COPY, copy. And now if you will see the output, this is copyright sign. So in this way you can go through this W3 schools tutorial of entities. So here some of the characters are there, and the meaning of those characters like entity name and entity number. So you can go through this whole text and you will find out all these differences, right? So the next thing that left behind is, yes, entities I already discussed. One more thing I have to show you, which is links. HTML links. Yes, this unvisited link, visited link, and active link. So these are the three types of link. In CSS I will go in depth about these links, but for now, wherever there would be link, that would be of blue color, and when you will click once, then that would be considered as visited link, and that color would be of purple color. For example, I go through block level and inline element before that, so because of this become purple color, but I does not gone through this particular link, because of which this is blue color still. For example, I clicked on here and go back, then it would become also the purple color. And next is active link. Active link means once you will click on a link, so until you click that would be you can also give the color. Here they have not given the color, so I have clicked on it, so at that time this color can be changed. So mostly people use red color. So that's it for today. I think that video is too long and you have to repeat it over and over again, because there are most important concepts which I talked about and discussed today. So hope you enjoyed the videos, and please subscribe this channel firstly, and then like this video, share with the other people. And if you have any question, query, you have to write down in the comment box. I will try my best to give you the reply. So that's it for today. Thank you. Thanks for watching.